fights, I want you to blast the loudest rap music you got. But not in a racist way. We here at Ubisoft...
Not in a racist way?
So in the least racist way...
I'm sorry, what is this non-racist way that he's... What?
You Assassin's Creed. Give me your money, and these people would still pay us $90 for it. Reminder, the poor core is feeling
How much was this game? 70 bucks?
I want to beat the fans down with...
Totally awful Sofa King.
Yo, what's up, player? Sorry, I was just practicing my Japanese. Pips, we did
What?
Assassin's Creed Shadows is a hit. Our stock is zooming, so it's actually in the flea fold. Tell them we got another 1 million players. Hell, make it 2 million more players. They can't prove anything. It works. The stock is skyrocketing because that's what I do. Go get yourself a snail, Pierre. You earned it. You can also have a negative $2,000 raise. Eat it and die. Hi, we're fleeking over the little guy, and our consultant division was hired a few years ago to help Ubisoft make Assassin's Creed Shadows the smash hit it is today. In fact, you're fired. The game was too successful. We can't afford you anymore. Which actually leads me to my next point. A disturbing amount of you seem to think that this major success will allow the 19,000 people working here to keep their jobs, and unfortunately, that's just not true. Notice how that number doesn't say number 1 in day 1 earnings? Well, that means we'll be laying off at least a couple thousand Frenchmen, and we'll be replacing them with several more sweatshops. And just as a little side note on all that sweatshop business, we are deeply disturbed that word got out about that. Why the hell do you think we hired them? Because they tuck them in at 5 o'clock and have an office wine cooler? We already tried that, and look at how that worked out for us. We got Frenchies starting a revolution every other goddamn day. You know what the nice thing is about sweatshops? They don't pay them enough to buy picket signs. Allegedly, from what I hear, people say this, I don't know. Listen, I'm in the middle with you. Thanks to the success of the game, Yen Gang is gonna get a 2-cent raise on the next one. Of course, that's gonna be monthly, though, not daily. The rest of that profit goes to me. I have 3 ex-wives to feed. Speaking of which, you're also fired. My marriage was too successful. I'm getting a divorce. Your salary is gonna help me recoup my losses. Now, flashing back to my years when I was working on the game, my role as chief consultant of dumb fuckery was problem solving. The first problem I noticed, too many French people, so I said, hit the snail trail, Pepes. Next order of business, we're making this one another RPG. Nothing says Assassin's Creed like walking into a base, everyone's within level range, but then you get to the target and he can one-shot you with a rock. This is fun, as long as you don't know what that word means or what it feels like. Now, on the point of hating our customers, in the Steam review of every Ubisoft game, people are always complaining about how we're forcing a second launcher on them, which is why we're gonna force a third launcher on them. But it's only gonna be a launcher for all the Assassin's Creed games. I want to make a clear line in the sand so that new players don't wander off to a better game that we haven't monetized out the Did the Black Flag have shot the bucks? That's a great question, Pierre. I hope asking it was worth your life. Note to self, make the guy's ass bigger than Nawe's. Reminder, we are a forward-thinking company. Second reminder, settle that lawsuit for that time when we were a little too forward in our thinking. Hang on, I'm getting cold. Why would you make the dude Protagonist also Japanese? We already have a Japanese. Listen, I'll tell you what you're gonna do. Everyone's talking about how they love brotherhood, right? Well, why don't you put a brother in the hood? It'll be like twins with Danny D. The fans are gonna love it. They did not. And whenever he fights, I want you to blast the loudest rap music you got. But not in a racist way. We here at Ubisoft...
Not in a racist way?
So in the least racist way...
I'm sorry, what is this non-racist way that he's... What?
Do you get dehydrated a lot, need a drink that won't break the bank? Then you should get Gamersupps. They believe in traditional American values, like anime girl guys. It's caffeine-free and caffeinated in 2 kinds of tubs. Gamersupps improved my social life, and now I can stop seeing people in the mirror. Popular flavors include Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, Sweet 6-Pack, Blowhole Blast, and Sploosh. Use discount ChaCha at checkout for 10% off. Stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated.
Whenever Yasuke shows up on screen, I want you to be blasting that trap music as loud as you can. And I'm not talking yay. I'm talking straight up SoundCloud trap beats with a harp mixed in. I want to sound like Lil Ricefield is just off camera with an Ensoniq ASR. And in the cutscenes, when everything should be all quiet and dramatic, I want you to play the weirdest you got. that doesn't fit the setting, the scene, or anything. It's perfect. God, these juices are just flowing today. You go fire somebody. You go make something shinier. You go add 1 million players. God, I'm a genius. Now let's talk about the gameplay. We're gonna do a brand new take on the new system where we return to form by changing nothing. Can we all agree on this?
The Frenchman.
All right, nice, but we need to make these two characters feel distinct but equal, not in a racist way, which is why no Nawe will be great at everything except combat, and Yasuke will be a little bitch that can't even climb a rock. Unless you don't want him to climb a rock, then he'll be able to climb a fucking rock. I want this man to be like our expert plus difficulty, kind of like that fractured but whole difficulty system. Right around that 15-hour mark where you're getting bored of the repetitive gameplay loop, I want to cure that boredom by giving you even less gameplay options. You want a new mechanic? Pull out your credit card. Don't have the money? Find a country with flexible labor laws, start a sweatshop, and I'll give you some money. Also, that Spartan kick's been our crutch for the last 3 games and it's getting old. That being said, we haven't had a new idea come out of this company in 10 years, and I wouldn't want to break the streak. So just make the kick send these rice farmers into the Listen, I got a tea time at 6. We really gotta, let's just stop developing the combat halfway, all right? But Saul, this is a return to form. Shouldn't we have all these mechanics? You're not even speaking American anymore. Listen, we don't have to worry about putting in the other half of the gameplay because
you're not even speaking American.
Besides, people don't want flow. They don't want a unique identity. They want something that feels like nothing. And I don't mean unique. I want to remind them of that empty void where their soul used to be, so they fill that void with cash shop items instead of combat. The old power fantasy combat made them feel big and strong. Sarah, look at me. I want them to feel small. And forget flow. Make it all stuttery. I want it stuttery as hell. I've got a nephew with a stutter. He can't say yes without making it a 10-syllable word. Use that as your inspiration. I'll send you a tape later.
Today, Junior?
Speaking of no flow, let's talk about that stealth right now. I want that assassination button to only work half the time.
Why?
Half the time, I want the prompt to assassinate in Assassin's Creed to either not assassinate or not show up at all. I want half the encounters to play out like this. Did I just catch you trying to assassinate? I want them to stand around with their in their hands, waiting to assassinate in Assassin's Creed. You can assassinate when Daddy Ubisoft says you can. Well, so we at least add all these mechanics back from the original games. No, you don't understand. We let them lay down. They don't get anything else. Don't overthink this, guys. These people will buy anything. In 15 years, we'll be selling a JPEG called Assassin's Creed. Give me your money, and these people would still pay us $90 for it. Reminder, the poor core is feeling stiffer than our executives when they get near the secretaries. Add more flips to distract. Next thing, some guy came up to me the other day and told me we should make a great 12-hour game instead of 80 hours of pondering the rope, so I shot him. But don't worry, I shot him in the game, so it only did 10% of his health. Our games aren't meant to be enjoyed, they're meant to be endured. What are we gonna do, make a memorable short campaign, sell 5 million copies in the first month and immediately get a sequel like some showed? No! I want to lock all your abilities behind 50 fetch quests, and when you go to do that meditation quest as a break from all the fetch quests, I want it to trigger a flashback to that one time where you did a fetch
deep
quest.
on this game.
Eat a dick. No, not literally, Yasuke. Don't look at me
$70
like that. I want to I want to with monotony until they buy the Yasuke
Is this supposed to be like a AAA game?
Bundle out of some confused idea that'll bring them joy. Think about it like this. For just $20, you could help me furnish my yacht with high-end Dutch prostitutes. Every day that no one buys a microtransaction, one of our executive goes without a line of coke up his
It's supposed
nose.
to be the right way to
Angel,
say it.
Then just punch in your credit card and buy any one of these bundles. Speaking of people that need help, the enemy AI
AAA to the core. Oh no.
Degrading for the last 10 years, and the dev team was asking earlier if they should spend any time fixing it. So here's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck them. All right, I'll lay them all off. That's what I thought. Sorry, those are just some associates of mine. I thought I'd put that on vibrate. All right, I had some ideas for the story. First off, my wife's had 100 rounds of Botox in our last 2 years of marriage. I haven't seen her emote in years. Use that as the inspiration for the facial animations. I'll send you a tape later.
Reminder that Shovel Knight is worth $30.
The pain is constant and sharp.
Actually, I'm already looking at a cutscene right now. I can't tell whether she's happy, sad, or needs to take a You guys nailed it.
This game made me put in my very first Steam refund I've ever had in 10 years on the platform. It's terrible. I could not last through the intro scene without the video stuttering. During a 5-minute cutscene into 30 minutes, that's crazy.
Forget what I said. Second, with the
I'm
GDP
sorry.
of Bosnia invested into this game already, I think the voice acting is where we need to start pinching our pennies in our story-focused game. Have any of you ever heard of AI? It's like a digital robot.
It's $90 for the complete version of this game?
Now,
That's
I can't
wild.
say whether or not we used the AI, but I will say the end result was indistinguishable from a high-end actor such as Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. Check this out.
Now they're out here robbing people.
Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Subaru.
Sorry, my bad. I had immersive mode on. I turned it off. Here you go.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm.
Now, on a real
Wait.
note, I want you guys to get your lawyers ready to sue anyone that harasses Ubisoft employees. I want the whole world to know that the only people who can harass Ubisoft employees.
Who's ready for $120 for
Ubisoft.
GTA 6?
Please, please, everyone. The applause is really unnecessary. I'm but a humble man of the people, the higher tax bracket people. I put on my Prada slippers, one Sudanese leather monk strap at a time, all right?
Oh.
And that's how I made this game the success that it is today. AC Shadows is such a success that our 18,000 employee company just got cucked by a game developed by one man named Tyler. It's such a success that people can't even
Schedule
run
one.
Monster Hunter Wilds, and they're still buying it more than Assassin's
That
Creed
420
Shadows.
Blaze It
It's
game.
such a success, we just shuttered another studio. It's such a success that we just became 10 cents. It's such a success that our
Dang.
stock's hitting 5-year lows. So eat a chuds. Wait until you see how successful
Wow.
we are after Assassin's Creed Crazy Cat Lady drops. Maybe strong feminine energy can take us to new heights. Right here, Jaw. I swear to God, if you don't give this
Well-
game a... Oh, you're doing it again. He's running it back. I mean, holy shit, this is like, oh!
Well, that told me everything I needed to know about this game.
You won! I win! You won! I win! Oh! Wow! Sunk it!
Man. That was wild. Crazy, 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 crazy.